innovation doesn't happen all at once. It comes in waves. So the initial set of partnerships that you build with one innovation then become the carriers for the next and the next and the next. And I think that this is all very much prelude to the scaled blockchain. And when that arrives, I think we're going to see an enormous explosion in the space. So it's important to have the strategic partnerships in place today.
2 years ago, when we first started supporting blockchain events, the audience was primarily a technical developer group, focused around cryptography, security. Much of the conversation was around Bitcoin at that time. 2 years on now, we have an audience in their thousands attending, wanting to talk about business use cases and taking work out of the labs and into pilot, and in some cases, maybe on a permissioned private basis and consortiums into production.
We found working with Microsoft was a very easy, fast way of getting things done. Because the thing with new technology development is that when you build a company doing new technology, all of the people in your company specialize in doing new technology. And it's such a different operating environment from working with the kind of institutional, IT managers, IT departments, the way that strategy is made, the way that investment is done, that bridging those gaps is extremely difficult. And with Microsoft as an intermediary in that kind of process, if you could build an interface with Microsoft at one side, Microsoft is the interface with the big corporates on the other side, and then Microsoft internally resolves the gap between those two levels of understanding.
We have found that blockchain has garnered a lot of interest, but people don't know how to use it, why it's relevant to the businesses, but everyone's excited about it. And really what makes it exciting is the overall potential of the technology and how it can disrupt existing transaction models, but also financial flows, as well as application of next generation technology. Within Microsoft, we see blockchain as enabling the next generation of applications. Being backed by Azure allows production-ready applications to be developed.
What Microsoft is doing in the blockchain space today is working with partners and ecosystems to onboard blockchain technology onto Azure, our public cloud platform, so that customers can try blockchain platforms really easily in our cloud. So far we have onboarded Ethereum or Corda, Chain.com, and you can try those solutions right now in development or test on prototyping environments.
Our relationship with Microsoft and Microsoft Azure has worked really well for our work in the Lab and Research Center and for our development of Corda. We're able to spin up instances of multiple different distributed ledger platforms and deploy them to our diverse and globally distributed member base. It's working really well for us.
Some examples of services we might want to integrate into the blockchain using our cryptlet architecture are typically identity services. So for example, if you want to authenticate your end user and figure out what rights he has in the application, then you need to access a directory like Azure Active Directory. And that's typically a service we would integrate with the smart contract platform.
We're working with developers, in partners and customers to build blockchain-based solutions running on Azure. So one of many examples that we have is with a small company called Stampery, which provides the ability to certify documents onto the blockchain. We have an Office add-in which allows you to certify and validate documents onto the blockchain using open source solutions running on Azure.
So for us, the real attraction of Azure was the, hyperscale expansion of Microsoft in the data center and the sort of Azure fabric. Ultimately, for us, Azure has given us not only the ability to use blockchain, but all the other parts of the ecosystem that you'd expect. So if that's from the high-speed cryptlet technology that they're bringing out with Bletchley, down to their service fabric, which does high-speed ingestion of data, the actual data warehousing capability they have, which gives us huge scale and huge ability to stand up new environments. So the real attraction is the huge ecosystem that Microsoft brings to the table.
In the next 12 months, I think that as people keep experimenting and testing this technology and prototyping it, then we will find some limitations within the current blockchain technologies, especially smart contracts, where there will be a need to integrate external additional services into the blockchain applications.
One thing to reflect on is really Microsoft have changed so much. Certainly I've seen as a partner with them that they have evolved from being a business that was very much closed to very open and open standard based nowadays, and that's a real attraction to their new ecosystem and how it bolts into the new world, and actually that makes it even more attractive. right down from their use of GitHub to other technologies. They're very, very open these days.